Welcome, everybody. This is the Fantasy Feud Huddle, where we are giving you smaller, compacted segment of information and fun and joy. I'm Anthony here with John. What's up, John?
What up, man?
All right. And how's the weather over there? All right?
Oh, it's hot. It's hot. Hot
Yeah,
and stormy.
I could say that now over here. It's been warm. That's why I got the shades on. But then it will change. You know how Jersey is.
Yeah.
So this part right here, we're going to talk about rookies. Rookies only, the newcomers into the NFL. Talk about which ones, how we ranking these players. Is there certain sleepers or people we feel in our jellies that might hit on the back end of the season or maybe even the next year, their sophomore year, really be something worth value depending on where you would take them in a draft. So John, let's just go right into it, right? This is a huddle. We don't freaking wait. We got a
No,
huddle.
we'll
We're
go
gonna get
right
it in.
into it, baby.
Let's go. So we're gonna talk quarterbacks right now, John. And I think we've spoke about this, it's pretty much one name, a
Above them
few.
all.
All right, right. So there's like one tier, one person, and then there's like a
Couple
couple
other
stacks,
guys. That's it.
couple
Couple
stacks,
other guys,
and
and that's
then
it.
a couple two tree other guys right over here, and that's it. So this is pretty simple. I guess we'll just touch real quick. Mendoza, right? He's got competition over there. Do you think he starts half or less of the season?
I think he starts most of the season. I think that he's in a perfect situation. I love Fernando Mendoza, the landing spot. I think learning behind Kirk Cousins would be awesome. They did a lot of free agents. It's Fernando Mendoza and everybody else in this quarterback draft class. So if you're not picking Fernando Mendoza, I would say he should be your first three picks, in my opinion, especially in Superflex. And then it's like the rest of them like third round and past.
First three. Oh, yeah. I mean, he's set up pretty nice. They spent money on that offensive line. They spent the most money out of everybody else, and they are in good hands, maybe. We'll see. To be determined. Now, real quick, Ty Simpson, not going to start this year unless, something catastrophe happens. But do you feel that which my prediction is that the Rams go to the Super Bowl and win it, and then Stafford retires, is he ready to, next year, week one starter?
I think so. I think actually, if you want an upside guy out of the quarterbacks, I think Ty Simpson gives you the highest upside. It's the system, the team, the coach. It's just Ty Simpson, in my opinion, has the highest ceiling. Fernando Mendoza is more like the safe bet that you know he's going to be a starter, he's going to get an opportunity. But Ty Simpson, I'm very interested in seeing what this kid is. I'm even drafting him as I know a lot of people will be like maybe. I think he's a second rounder in my opinion. I know some people and maybe in some drafts people maybe leave him off to the third round because he's not going to start right away. But this is a guy that maybe next year you might be drafting this guy next year in a
Now you're
redraft.
you're referring to third rounds in like when you get your rookies only.
Correct. When you get your rookies,
Okay.
you would
All right,
definitely
John.
want to
Just
like.
because I'm not gonna lie to you, like we're friends, but I'm not gonna allow craziness. I thought you were saying like in a dynasty startup, he's gonna be your third round.
No, no, no. I'm talking
We're
about
not
just the
sharing a
rookies.
team then, John. This is not happening. So real quick, we'll finish off with a couple. Carson Beck, Arizona, Brissett. That has some, there's a percent maybe he beats him out. Brissett's looking for a contract. Maybe there's some upside there. But Arizona is a dumpster
Yeah, I also
fire.
think Carson Beck is a put your finger in your nose quarterback.
Oh, well, hello. They've had a few of those.
Yeah.
Drew Aller for Pittsburgh, right? I mean, you're gonna sit behind Rodgers, but there's also Will Howard, so you're kind of taking like an extra risk gamble there. But depending on what's sitting available, you might want to do that. And then, I mean, what about what about your boy, John?
Who's boy?
Klubnik, bro.
I don't know, man. I think that he's okay. He's my fourth quarterback I would put on this list, but he's really interesting. I just want to see him start. I just want to see him play. I hope that the Jets, if we're gonna lose 4 games this season, at the end of the season, if Gino's not hurt, give the rookie a shot, and we'll see what
It
we
was,
got.
hey, let's see what the kid's got.
Yeah, see what the kid's got. Yeah, but I
That's
just want to
hey,
see what the kid got.
that's it. I'm with
Gino's not the future, so
no, no. Well, I mean, you had to throw him in there, put some respect. Just speaking of respect, which we will get to because we're into the running backs, John.
oh,
Because
let's do it.
we prepare before we do some shooting. And then John has this list here, and there's a running back that you need to put some respect on because he's not on this list, and it's in the jellies. It's in the jellies, which we'll get to. But for right now, running back, obviously number one, Jeremiah Love.
The number one pick in Superflex or regular. This guy is the number one pick, without a
Yeah,
doubt.
he went in every yeah, he went first.
Yeah, he should be. And this guy was highly drafted. And when you use a guy that highly drafted, you're going to use him. So the question would be is what is Arizona doing with the rest of their backfield? Because this is the guy.
I tell you what, they're gonna sell one to Green Bay.
They might.
They might just say, "Hey, you know what? We got James Conner over here." So, and then just, either way solidifies the answer. And then this guy I tried to get and he got picked right before me was Jadarian Price. I
Ooh.
just think he's set up in such a good position. With Charbonnet being banged up, like he's gonna get the chance and all he's gotta do is
He's
succeed
going to
and
have
then
that Kenneth Walker role in that offense.
that's what
Like,
I mean. So
why
like
not?
I was targeting him in every draft this year. I couldn't get up high enough because I pretty much entered in with nothing, originally starting. And
And then there's a
now
big drop off after this. So I would have Jeremiah Love, your number one, without a doubt, tier. Jadarian Price at tier two. And it is a big drop off, in my opinion. Real big drop off. This is the tier three. And I have actually 5 guys that I really like. So I'm gonna go
sure.
with my third favorite. And he could have been the first running back off the board if we were talking about like the year before, but it's Nicholas Singleton.
John, in one of my drafts I picked him just because you've been telling me about that being your guy. And I was like, you know what? If that's John's Jellies, I'm gonna pick John's Jellies. Yeah.
But that's not my jelly pick, Anthony. That might be your jelly
Damn it,
pick.
I have to sell him now.
All right. Now I have a fourth guy, and that's Katron Allen, running back, Washington Commanders,
He wasn't on
Anthony.
this list.
He is not on my list. All
That's
right.
the guy I'm gonna give you crap for. I was like, put some respect on my boy's name. He's a
Yeah.
jellies for me. He's in this tier, and I drafted him in 2 leagues out of like the three or four.
Yeah, the guy, that running back room is wide open. This kid could take it right away, be the RB1. He is a startable. I think he's a redraft guy. So all four of these
He's a late
guys,
round guy.
you could draft these guys in redraft. Afterwards, these 3 running backs, they're in kind of like weird situations, really have upside. I'm going to go with Jonah Coleman out of Denver. And the reason why you like any Denver running back is because Sean Payton loves his running back committees. So if you're drafted by him, he likes you. He's going to use you in some way, shape, or form. So I can see Jonah
Plus, like
Coleman.
Dobbins, as much as we love him, he's known to miss some games.
Correct. And we also have RJ Harvey.
Yeah, yeah. Who's like, hey, what's gonna you be, So there's a shot there. I like out of the tier three. I like Katron Allen the most. And then as you told me Singleton, and then you look into the situation that's happening over there in Tennessee, like they could potentially want to, hey, we could give Green Bay one of these guys.
Yeah.
Like Spears could stay and then maybe get rid of Pollard or however it goes. But like I took the shot on him because I it made sense. It made sense.
For sure. Then I have in my next last 2 guys that I'm looking at is Emmett Johnson in Kansas City and Desmond Claiborne in Minnesota. Reason why I like this kid, Emmett Johnson, is I can really see him be the RB2 behind Kenneth Walker. I could see him win that running back room. And then Desmond Claiborne, although he's running back three, Aaron Jones is only getting older, and then right behind him is Jordan Mason, and then right after that is Desmond Claiborne. So he has a clear path with Aaron Jones not being there. Jordan Mason, he's had injuries in the past. This kid Desmond Claiborne might be a nice handcuff to have. So I'm definitely eyeing somebody like that in the third round, maybe in your later rounds, and possibly he might not even be drafted. So good guy to keep an eye on for late
For
rounds.
sure. These are the things you're looking because when you're drafting, whether now you're talking like a startup or whatever, you're you're at this part of the draft, you're far back and you're looking for upside. Oh, your
Yeah,
mother's
but
uncle.
I think if you're gonna have a draft strategy with running backs, is you got to get the first two guys. Other than that, you're kind of like not an elite conversation. These guys need to perform. They're in situations that are and you got to go based on talent and situation. So I really think there's a big drop off after the two running backs. Yes, we like Katron Allen. Yes, we like Singleton, but are these guys really going to be it? Like, there's a big question mark. We don't know what these guys are going to be.
Hey, what are these guys
Hey,
gonna be?
Paisan,
Hey,
Paisan.
hey, so right into wide receivers, John. We don't waste no time in the huddle.
No, go right
So
into it. So I'm gonna
Darnell
go with.
Tate, bro.
I need you to like. Do you like Tate or Tyson more? Because that's your wide receiver. That's your tier one right there.
I like Tate more because the competition, like Tyson, like this is a freak athlete and the injury situation, but you got Chris Olave, it's going to demand targets over there, where Tate has really no, yeah, he's the clear number one. You
I
know,
agree.
new regime, they grab him. But definitely, don't mind. I didn't draft Tyson. I tried to get Tate. I tried to move. I try to move, John. I'm a trading addict. So yeah, it's them two right there, and then it drops off, and I agree to Lemon right here. Where everybody already knows it or has already written off AJ Brown, so he moves into a nice to be the wide receiver two there, and then another wide receiver two on another team that has potential, depending on how everything goes, is your boy Omar Cooper Jr.
Yeah, the Jets right there. So I'm very, very high on Omar Cooper Jr. I really think that now they have a legitimate wide receiver too that takes off a little bit of pressure off Garrett Wilson. If this offense could be somewhat competent, he is a big playmaker right there. So I am really big with Omar Cooper Jr. I think the talent is right there. Good situation to be in. He can really make an impact on the offense. But I'm gonna go with a guy in our last tier, and he's kind of slipping into my third tier, and that's that Cleveland wide receiver. We have Denzel Boston and Casey Concepcion. So, what is going on with this situation? Like, which
Well,
guy
that's
do
what I
you
mean.
like
Like
more?
that, they were stacked on QB last year. Now they're stacked in the wide receiver room, which I guess isn't a bad thing. But it's just now which one is it going to be? And yet again, when I talked about respect on my name, Katron Allen, I'm going to say respect on my name, Malachi Fields, dude. Gotta put some respect. Neighbors this is shaky, bro. Like if he's how good is he gonna be by week one? Like don't rush him back. If he's gonna have to take 2 more weeks, do it. And this kid here, hey, this kid here. So I don't mind having a little bit of that. I've drafted him as well. I see upsides, especially if Neighbors isn't going to be full health, and who knows how long and all that. And plus, who's he competing with? You know what I mean?
I
Dropping
agree.
balls, Slayton
I
over there.
I'm sorry, but your boy Malachi Fields is on my tier four.
That's fine.
He's on
That's
my tier
fine. I'll
four.
allow it, John.
He's on the top of my tier four, if that makes you feel a little better. But
Doesn't.
I want to go back to this tier three real quick. So I have Cleveland's wide receiver room, but I have two guys I really, really like, and this guy has the highest upside out of all the wide receivers, and that is my boy Chris Bell, wide receiver for the Miami Dolphins. Guy tore his ACL in late November, but that guy every single year got better in college. This guy, I think he just needs to get healthy. Miami's going to be bad this year, but this guy is a legitimate wide receiver one.
Long term here.
Long term, I
Good
think this
plan.
guy, if you're
Look,
drafting him, he's not going to be maybe usable this first year, but if he could get healthy, Miami does the right thing by this kid. This kid's going to be big time for sure. I love me some Chris Bell.
well, you just got to hope that they know what they're doing on the quarterback side. I mean, is Willis the answer? We'll soon find out. I mean, I do like the Williams right here, Antonio Williams. Do like there's some
Yeah,
upside for him there, right? With Scary Terry being on the older side, and I mean Luke McCaffrey, like well, who else is really there? Debo's not gonna unless they. I mean, I don't think they're gonna re-sign him, right? So it's either one of these veteran wide receivers, old dudes, or it's him. So he's got some upside there. That's a good player to target, I think, as well.
yeah, and then I have two other guys that I like, and this is a part of
I
my
gotta
T
move it.
four tier four with Malachi Fields, and that is the two wide receivers for Baltimore, Elijah Surratt, and then we have Jacoby Lane. So, what do you think about that? Like, do you think that these guys can have some relevance? Because
I mean, I
behind
tried.
Zay Jones, there's nobody else.
No, I literally I don't know which one of them I went after in two or three. Like I just drafted if one of them were available when I was drafting, and there was nobody else I liked. I just grabbed that just because I was like, hey, one of these guys could maybe turn out to be the one. So I'm always down for taking a risk, me, bro.
Yeah, I agree. I agree,
And then
man.
go into tight ends, John. Then we could run it out, shut it down.
Yeah, let's
And the
do it, man.
huddle.
All right, so
So
who you got as your tier one?
I think it's just one, and then it drops off. And that's, I guess you could say this with your chest proudly, John. That's Sadiq, The guy's
Khalil
a
Sadiq,
freak.
baby.
Guy's a freak of nature. You just hope he gets the opportunities and the targets, realistically, right? If they just use him right, but then now they have a couple weapons over there. Can your boy Geno Smith pump out that volume? We'll see.
Yeah. Can he be like kind of Brock Bowerish? I think he
We
has
will
Brock
we will
Bauer,
see. I mean, Stowers for the longer term because
Dallas
it,
Goedert's not going to be there forever.
no, and I still think he's still got it this year. Like he had a good year last year, a lot of touchdowns. So I think there's like longer term upside, but yeah, it's like Sadiq or no one.
Yeah. And then it gets weird because Max
Weird.
Claire and the
And
Rams,
the
they have
Rams,
a
they have like
crowded white
11
like
tight ends. They have like
they
11.
love tight ends. They have Colby Parker. They just signed Tyler Higbee. They drafted last year Terrence Ferguson, and then
Yep.
now you draft Max.
And then they
I
drafted another guy. Like they they run through tight ends.
It's
They're just like
crazy.
they're like go catch a ball. You dropped it, go home.
And the funny thing is that these guys could be starters on another team. It's crazy. They're
Yeah.
all four of their tight ends could be legitimate like tight end ones on somebody else's team. Like it's crazy. Just
No.
the Rams know how to do it, man. They are the new farm of tight ends for real.
They're farming tight ends.
Like
They're
farming
yeah.
them, baby, like
Yeah.
chickens.
On that one, we're gonna end it, guys. Thanks for listening, tuning in. I'm Anthony. That's John.
Peace.
I'll see you next time on the Fantasy Feud Huddles.